Good evening and welcome to Archbishop Carroll High School, home of Patriots. Before we begin, we'd like to acknowledge the seniors, Conwell-Egan, and Archbishop Carroll, beginning with Conwell-Egan. Seniors Conwell-Egan, Gia Brennan, and Isabella Floyd, congratulations for fantastic years and wish you all the best in the future endeavors. You enjoyed the competition and rivalry throughout the years. Best of luck. At center court, we are joined by President Jim Leary, Principal Bill Gennaro, and the Doherty family. We would like to honor our sole senior tonight, Carly Doherty, who was escorted by her mother and her father. To the Doherty family, thank you for the years of sacrifice and dedication to both our program and the Archbishop Carroll community. You have continued the tradition of excellence for which Carroll Girls Basketball is known for. On behalf of our coaches, teachers, and administration, we'd like to thank you and wish you the best of luck as you begin the next phase of your life at Drexel University. We'd also like to give a special thank you to Carly's father, Mike Doherty. Your dedication and support for the program, traveling to every game the last 4 years of your hard work, will always be remembered and appreciated. We simply cannot thank you enough. Let's give one more big round of applause for our seniors from both schools, as well as the Doherty family. Tonight's contest puts your Patriots of Archbishop Carroll versus the Eagles of Conwell-Egan in the BCL showdown. Archbishop Carroll High School, Philadelphia Catholic League, and the Piatic Lake promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request cooperation by supporting our participants in a positive manner. Any profanity, derogatory comments, or intimidating actions directed at the student athletes, coaches, officials, or team representatives will not be tolerated, and our grounds are removed from the stands. Everyone, please stand for prayer, followed by the national anthem. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. We thank God our Father for blessing these student athletes from Archbishop Carroll and Conwell-Egan High School with their gifts and talents. We strive to uphold Christian and gospel values in all that we do. May Almighty God bless our competition, children, coaches, officials, and all who are present. We ask this through Christ our Lord. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. 14, Sanaya Spell. Number 23, Conwell-Egan. And number 33, Brooke McFadden. Now your stars for the Archbishop Carroll Patriots. Number 21, Carly. Number 44, Ben Gray. Number 24, Grace O'Neill. Number 14, Meg Sheridan. And number 5, Mark Wilson.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to a PCL battle between the Eagles of Conwell-Egan and your Patriots of Archbishop Carroll here on senior night. A great end to our year here, Billy. We've had a great year all year long. We got one more ahead of you today.
Yeah, definitely, Tommy. It's been a pleasure to announce with you this season and announce for all the fans at home during this awful season. But according to you, Tommy, the girls are still in a playoff picture.
Yes, and likewise, Billy. It's been a pleasure reporting with you. Obviously, it's been a different season, but a good season nonetheless. A lot of difficulties that we were able to overcome. Carroll is still in the state playoff picture. This game really doesn't affect that much, but still important. You want to play sharp and get tuned up and get ready to go before that state playoffs. So your starters tonight for Conwell-Egan, you have Kalia Carmichael, Emma Candy, Sanaya Spell, Ola Ibarando, and Brooke McFadden. And for the Patriots, you have Grace O'Neill, Carly Doherty on senior night, Maggie Grant, Meg Sheridan, and for the first time, Brooke Wilson getting the start for her sister Taylor, who is out with an ankle injury today. So we'll see what Brooke does stepping into the starting role for this one. Tip is won by Conwell-Egan. The Ibarando here.
Tommy, you mentioned Brooke Wilson starting. I expect some good things from her tonight. I know she can play well out there.
Yes, as we've seen from her all year coming off the bench, really bringing that energy. It'll be Brooke's first start tonight. You know she'll be raring to go in this one. As spinning with it and going up is Candy, no good. Rebound to Carly Doherty, who is that lone senior on the Patriots roster. Carroll coming off a loss on Sunday to West Catholic by a score of 46-39, and it's into Doherty, whose shot is blocked nicely by Brooke McFadden there. O'Neill trying to set up Doherty for the senior's first points on senior night, only fitting.
Definitely, Tommy. Want to send the senior out with not only some points, but also a win to go with it.
It'll be Sheridan now, off the inbounds. O'Neill will reset.
Nice play.
Nice look underneath. Grace O'Neill can't finish with the left, though, but good look there from the Patriots. And it's going to be Sanaya Spell bringing things up here. And now to Kalia Carmichael. She is Conwell-Egan's best player. She was first-team All-Catholic last year as a freshman in the Blue Division.
And Tommy, I know you weren't here for the first time these teams match up, but it was a good matchup, and I believe Carroll got the victory in that one.
Yes, Carroll won with no issues there as Brooke Wilson into the lane, kicks to Maggie Grant.
Got Carly.
She drives, loses it, but it'll stay here with the Patriots. Still no score here. A little over a minute into this one. It'll be O'Neill off the inbound, spinning. She's fouled. That'll be on Carmichael. And Grace O'Neill will go to the line for the first. O'Neill short on the first. Had another fantastic season for the Patriots in her junior campaign. Think that she's well on her way to another first-team All-Catholic selection. I will break down my predictions for the All-Catholic team later in this one as O'Neill knocks down the second of two there. And Carroll instantly into this press that they've run all year, the zone press, and they get a turnover. Nice deflection by Doherty. Brooke Wilson recovers it in the backcourt, and it'll be the Patriots. Maggie Grant left all alone for three. Got it! Nice to see from Maggie Grant, who was held scoreless in that West Catholic game. She's on the board. Carroll leads 4-0.
That zone press, Tommy, does a great job on defense and also creates great offense on the other end.
Candy now has it deflected by Meg Sheridan, and she'll go the other way. Sheridan stops, going up with it, can't finish. O'Neal wrestles it away, though, to Brooke Wilson for three. All cotton for Brooke Wilson. The freshman buries a triple, and it's nice to see Carroll shooting well after they've struggled shooting the ball in their past 2 games. 2 for 2 from deep so far, 1 from Grant and now from Wilson.
Definitely, and the forced timeout from Egan, definitely not just because of the 7-0 run for Carroll to start the game, but they need to find answers to that press. Carroll runs it two defensive possessions, and it gets takeaways both times. Definitely something they want to continue here.
This is something to point out. This is an interleague matchup. You have Conwell-Egan, who's traditionally in the blue division, playing Carroll here on senior night, as this game was supposed to be against Newman-Goretti, but their season was ended due to coronavirus. So that ends the girls and guys seasons for the Newman-Goretti. The guys team had a real chance of competing for the PCL, but that opens the door for the Carroll boys, who will now represent their class.
Grace O'Neal forces another turnover, Tommy.
Yes, she does, as she so often has done.
And she saved it as well.
O'Neal now driving in. Good movement from the Patriots. Brooke Wilson left all alone. Good look from O'Neal to find her there. Brooke Wilson's got 5 in her first start.
Definitely, Tommy. No nerves for Brooke Wilson starting this one. Already 5 points on the board.
We knew there weren't going to be any nerves from her. Obviously, she played great in that game against Archbishop Wood, was Carroll's leading scorer. As a nice move there from Ibarando gets her on the board. Conwell-Egan's first bucket.
That bucket gets Conwell-Egan's bench into it. Interesting to see how Carroll will answer.
Good cut. Another good find from O'Neal to Meg Sheridan.
That play, Tommy, working great. Frees up somebody in the paint. They've done it 2 straight offensive possessions, Carroll has, and it's worked both times.
They've been having a field day in the backcourt so far, forcing deflections and turnovers to start. Conwell-Egan has really had to adjust to this pressure. There's going to be Spell now driving in. Ibarando crosses over. It's a nice move there, but can't get that one to drop. But a nice move there from Lola Ibarando. It'll be Meg Sheridan, who thought about a 3. Instead, we'll go to Carly Doherty in the corner. It'll be good to see if Carly can get on the board here. Maggie Grant left open for 3 again. There's another. Maggie Grant 2 for 2 from deep. She's red hot. Carroll leads this one 14-2.
Great look. I believe it was from Sheridan into the corner for Grant.
Yes, there's a great cross-court look there from Meg Sheridan. Spotted Grant in the corner, and when Maggie Grant is open, she often does not miss. That's going to be a blocking foul on Brooke Wilson for her first of the game. And we're going to see Isabel Fay for the first time, the lone senior on Conwell-Egan's roster. Something to point out, there's no Gia Brennan tonight for Conwell-Egan. A starter and a very productive player for them, was second team All-Catholic last year in the blue division. So Conwell-Egan without one of their stars, and Carroll without one of theirs, as Taylor Wilson, the second leading scorer for the Patriots, is sitting with an ankle injury. That ball is turned over. I talked to Taylor before the game, and she said that it's nothing serious. She should be all right for the States. Obviously, this is a game with not much meaning for both teams other than for Carroll trying to get a nice win on senior night. So no risk of putting Taylor Wilson out there at risk of potential injury. It's a nice move to leave her sitting today. Grace O'Neal left all alone for 3. She's short. Rebound wrestled away from Carly Doherty, and she loses it. Ibarando the other way.
Great D from Brooke Wilson.
Ibarando can't finish. The look from McFadden, and it'll be the Patriots with numbers. O'Neal up to Brooke Wilson, who lays it up and is fouled. That's going to be Carmichael's second. So definitely not to start Conwell-Egan, wanted down 14-2, but now your best player has 2 fouls.
Well, Tommy, Grace O'Neal's starting the game with what she's been doing all season, leading this team on defense and also offense. She's passed up a couple looks, especially in that fast break there, to get it to her teammates for a few assists.
Brooke knocks down the first. We're going to see Cortland Schumacher for the first time. She stepped up for the Patriots in their game against West Catholic. She had 5 off the bench and really contributed heavy minutes down the stretch. Rebound is won away by Grace O'Neal.
Great hustle from Grace. She'll show that to you game in and game out.
Grant, a deep 3, and that rattles home. The shooter's roll for Maggie Grant. She'll take it. She's 3 for 3. She's got 9 points to lead all scores. McFadden up and laying it in, breaking the press nicely there as Carroll was unable to get organized. West Catholic, their second bucket of the ball game. And it's going to be almost a steal. Good deflection there from Ibarando to get in the way of that pass. But this is big to see from Maggie Grant, who's just been lighting it up to start. And she gets the feed from Doherty. Deflected back out. Schumacher on the baseline. She's stuck with it. O'Neal thought about a 3. Instead, she'll drive to a rolling Maggie Grant, who lays it up and in. Grace O'Neal really distributing tonight. Got to keep track of her assists. She's got 4 or 5 already.
Definitely. Grace O'Neal making great looks inside to her Carroll teammates.
Carroll already with 20 points. This is a good Conwell-Egan team in the blue division as Ibarando drives and lays it up and in. She's made some nice moves today. She's got 4. But this Conwell-Egan team is 8-2 in their division, but 8-7 overall as they've lost 5 games in the red division. But props to them for coming out here and playing these games. But they don't necessarily have to, but getting a lot of experience for their players, playing against better competition. Good to see from that team. Schumacher, Doherty now. Doherty doesn't have a shot attempt tonight. It'd be good to see Carly Doherty get on the board. Brooke Wilson stops. Now she'll kick to O'Neal. Schumacher holds. Brooke Wilson cuts, spins, falling away. Tries to go off the glass, no good. Rebound to Cortland Schumacher at top of the key. O'Neal cuts. Doherty, O'Neal with the long 2. Grace O'Neal drains that one. Her foot was on the line. But nonetheless, a nice looking stroke from Grace O'Neal. It'd be nice to see her get going, shooting the basketball. Carroll opens their largest lead of 16. And another nice drive from McFadden. Cortland Schumacher's shot is blocked by Ibarando, but that's going to be a foul.
And Tommy already with Carmichael on the bench for Egan. They don't want to have another star player have to sit with foul trouble.
Cortland Schumacher short on the first. As we see Emma Candy check back in. Sanaya Spell. Nola Ibarando has to sit.
Also in for Egan, it's Dakota Poland.
Off the missed free throw, it's going to be Conwell-Egan. Now Carroll holding a 14-point lead. Dakota Poland with it now. She's in the game for the first time. To Brianna McFadden. Her sister Brooke puts up a 3, no good. Rebound Grant. And then Schumacher cannot handle the pass on the other end. And that's going to be Conwell-Egan basketball. We said only Conwell-Egan finished in second place in their division, only losing. They're 8-2. Their 2 losses coming against St. Hubert, who went undefeated. And a good look.
Carroll's got 15 seconds left in the first quarter to make something happen, Tommy.
Let's see what O'Neal's going to do with it to Brooke Wilson. 8 seconds. Doherty driving in, laying up, no good. Would have been nice to see. But a strong first quarter here as Carroll leads this one by a score of 22-8. And Carly Doherty here on senior night, been such a productive basketball player for the Patriots. But I would say basketball is considered her third sport. For those who don't know much about Carly, Carly was an all-Catholic and PCL champion in field hockey. She's also a PCL champion committed to play lacrosse at Drexel, so she's going to play another sport in college. And then obviously she's a PCL champion in basketball. We saw that a couple years ago in 2019. But just an absolutely unbelievable athlete who's won a combined 6 PCLs in her Carroll career in all sports. And the Patriots are really going to miss her next year. Also need to give a shout out to Mr. Doherty, who's been doing the book for Cal for the 4 years that Carly has been here. Been very dedicated, traveling with the team. That's another asset that you might not often think about, but very valuable to the Patriots as well.
Definitely, Tommy. After the game, we'll be interviewing Carly Doherty and her parents on this senior night.
Definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. And in addition to tonight, there's also some other PCL action that you're going to want to keep an eye on. Archbishop Wood is playing West Catholic, and O'Hara's playing Prendy. If O'Hara can win that, they will clinch a spot in that championship and meet Archbishop Wood, which will no doubt be a fantastic game as those two have split their season series. O'Hara could also clinch with a West Catholic loss to Wood today.
Looks like Meg Sheridan's back in for Maggie Grant.
Good look from Wilson to O'Neal, who's going to be pushed. We'll see who that's going to be on. Looks like that's going to be on Isabel Fay, her first foul. We just mentioned Cardinal O'Hara. I remember earlier in the broadcast, earlier in the season, Cardinal O'Hara was 3-3. I remember saying they needed to be nearly perfect if they wanted a chance to make the championship. Well, they have been. They've won 7 in a row as Brooke Wilson drives in, lays it in. Looked like she got fouled, but no call. Brooke Wilson already with 8 points.
What a fake. She faked a handoff in the corner. Faked out the defender, had the easy, clean run to the hoop.
And a hook shot there from Candy won't go. Doherty with the rebound.
Great defense.
Carly Doherty, the type of player who just all-out hustle at all times. Does a lot that doesn't show up in the score sheet. Great rebounder, passer, and defender as she goes up and lays in her first bucket on senior night. Carly Doherty for 2. Carroll leads by 18 here. Layup no good by McFadden. Brianna McFadden. And it's going to be Brooke Wilson the other way, Grace O'Neal in the corner to Sheridan.
Grace O'Neal has really done a great job tonight, Tommy. We know she can score, but the way she's been able to find open teammates tonight has been great.
There she is on that three-point attempt. That's just long. Well, Brianna McFadden bringing it up the other way to her sister Brooke, who's going to have a look from 3, and she's fouled. Late call there. It looked like Brooke Wilson did get a piece of her, but the foul wasn't really called until after the shot missed. So you don't really like to see that. Oftentimes you want to see the foul called as it happens. You don't want to wait to see if the shot goes in.
Brooke Wilson, that's her second. Looks like Chloe Blackley's going to come in for her, Tommy.
Looks like we will see Chloe Blackley and Maggie Grant check back into this game. Yeah, something to keep an eye on. Carroll still in command. As McFadden misfires there. Doherty will come off, as will Brooke Wilson with those 2 fouls. And we see Chloe Blackley, the freshman, for the first time, as well as Maggie Grant, who had those 11 first quarter points.
And Tommy, she was not on the bench long, probably about 2 minutes. A nice spell checking back in.
And off the miss is going to be a foul. Looks like that one's going to be on Schumacher.
Looks like Carmichael is back in for Egan as well with those 2 fouls, Tommy.
Yes, they're going to need her there. Spell goes to her off the inbounds. Carmichael is guarded by Grace O'Neal, one of the more elite defenders in the PCL. See Ibarando, who's had a couple nice moves and nice buckets today. Really impressed by her game so far. She steps into a 3, just long, but good rebound from Spell, and she can't finish. Maggie Grant clears. Carroll quick to push here. Sheridan in transition, thought about a three. Instead, will reset to Grant. Bleckley, her first touch into the lane, kicking to Schumacher.
If you're Egan, don't leave Grant open for three.
You cannot do that. Maggie Grant has not missed tonight from beyond the arc. She's got 14.
4 from three. Egan's got to be careful not to leave Maggie Grant open for three. Tom.
And these last couple threes, Billy, they've been from well beyond the three-point arc.
Yeah.
Schumacher drives in as she will go to the line. Nice aggressive take from the sophomore. And that's going to be on Sanaya Spell for her first foul of the game. Nice looking stroke from Schumacher, gets it to go for her first point of the night. Carroll leads this one 30-9, just over 5 minutes to go here in this first half. It'll be Brianna McFadden here. In the lane to Spell. Spell gets it, and it looks like she's gonna walk with it. Good pressure from Bleckley and Sheridan to force that turnover. We've seen Meg Sheridan. She's had some games in double figures this year, but she's the most valuable for the Patriots on the defensive end. She and O'Neal in that backcourt are very disruptive, and we see another example of that right there.
Definitely, not only in a regular zone defense, but also in that press. Sheridan and O'Neal force so many turnovers.
Grant another short. But
Great
Chloe
rebound.
Bleckley with the left hand. Nice rebound. The shorter Bleckley taking that one away and laying in nicely for two for her first points of the game.
Chloe Bleckley loves to get loves to pass to her teammates, but having the open look there, she'll take it. What the great hustle for the rebound.
A nice spin into the lane, goes Carmichael, but she can't finish. It's been a tough night for her so far, in foul trouble, but hasn't been able to get in the scoring column just yet.
Grace O'Neal just blew by two Egan defenders.
Schumacher for three, got it! Carroll girls are on fire tonight. Portland Schumacher joins the three-point party. She's got 4.
Looks like Brooke Wilson and Carly Doherty gonna check back in. Maybe they'll be a part of that three-point party next.
Brooke already with 1. That's a nice move again. Ola Ibarando, she's got 6. Made some contested shots. A really promising player for the Eagles. Be nice to see Meg Sheridan attempt a three from there. She's a capable three-point shooter. When she's left open, I'd like to see her make Conwell-Egan pay. Schumacher spinning in the lane, almost lost it. Pressure from Carmichael. It's going to be O'Neal. Maggie Grant left all alone, laying in for 2. An easy find from O'Neal once again. Maggie Grant has 16 here in the first.
And I think about of those 16 points, I think 4 or 5 of those buckets have come off of Grace O'Neal assists. I would say she's up to 8 or 9 in this game, and we're not even in the second half yet.
O'Neal only with 3 points, but setting the table for her teammates. And they've had some easy looks all day, courtesy of the junior captain. And Carroll in complete command of this one, 37-11 right now. Billy, I will talk to you about, I made some predictions for the first team All-Catholic. Now last year there were 7 players that made that list, and I think there's going to be 7 again. So my 7 are from Wood, Caitlin Oriole, and I think she's going to be the MVP. Also Ryan Allen from Wood.
I could definitely see that, Tommy. When Wood came in here, Ryan Allen and Oriole were both great players for them.
I think you also have, obviously, Destiny McFall from West Catholic, and then Sydney Scott and Maggie Dugan from O'Hara, who've just been playing some big-time basketball down the stretch. Grace O'Neal, also from Carroll, obviously, makes that list. And the 7th spot, I feel like could go to a lot of people, but I would probably give that to Siani Montgomery of West Catholic. But you've got players like Bridie McCann of Prendy, Bree Bowen also of Wood, even Taylor Wilson, who's been playing great all year for Carroll. And then you got the pair of seniors, as McFadden buries a shot. The pair of seniors, Siobhan Boylan and Amaris Baker, who also will be in the mix for first team. All those players will definitely be on the All-Catholic list, if not first team. But just some really deep talent this year from the Catholic League. Grant tees up another. Can't hit.
I will say, Tommy, I love Montgomery with that last selection. We saw her, I believe she was the one who made that incredible 3 to put the Carroll West Catholic game into overtime.
Good look from Grant to Bleckley, who wasn't quite expecting it. Meg Sheridan left all alone. Pump fakes, now drives. And it will reset. Doherty now in the paint, kicking to Bleckley. She'll have a go from deep. Short. Good rebound, though, from Brooke Wilson, who gets fouled. And that is simply something you cannot afford from Kalia Carmichael, who picks up her 3rd here. At that point in the play, Brooke Wilson with the easy rebound. You don't want to pick up your 3rd foul. It might have been wise to just let Brooke lay that one up and in. But now Carmichael may have to sit again for the remainder of this half. Wilson leaves that one well short. Her first start of the year, as we mentioned. Playing well, as she often does. She's got 8. But the story of tonight's game has been Maggie Grant, who has 16 points, 4 3-pointers.
Tommy, you mentioned Brooke Wilson's first start in this season as a freshman. I definitely will tell you this, it will not be her last start.
I would expect her to jump in, take Carly Doherty's spot when she graduates. But that definitely will be Brooke Wilson's spot. But I like Brooke off the bench. She's been playing big-time minutes. She's been playing starters minutes. But she really brings that energy off the bench. Really good scoring option. Can score at all levels, as we see another turnover from Conwell-Egan. But I was talking to assistant coach Norm McGeever before the game, and she said she loves that energy that Brooke brings off the bench. You could start her, but she's just more valuable to this team off the bench this year. But definitely by next year, she'll be on the starting 5. It's a nice look from Wilson to Bleckley. Laying in for 2. Chloe Bleckley's 2nd bucket.
Grace O'Neill's on the bench. I didn't even realize that, Tom. You don't see that often, but with a comfortable lead, the Patriots wanting to let their captain take a breather.
There's going to be a foul. Looking to be on Carly Doherty. That'll be her first. But yeah, it's nice to see Grace O'Neill getting some rest here. Don't want anything to happen to her. We saw her dealing with some cramps in that Prendy game a couple games ago. She was not at 100%. Carroll was able to win that game in overtime. She and Taylor combined for 40. Each had 20 apiece. But like we said, if this was probably a state playoff game, you would be seeing Taylor Wilson out there. But you don't want to risk anything here. Carly Doherty just swipes that away from Brooke McFadden. She'll lead the charge the other way. It'll be Sheridan now. Maggie Grant left open again. Short. Rebound. Doherty just takes that away and lays it up and in. Plus the foul. Carly Doherty just too strong. And that's going to be on Brooke McFadden. But Carly Doherty will go to the line for one more.
Carly Doherty showing her strength on the defensive end with the steal. Ripped it out of the hands of McFadden, and then on the other end, ripped the rebound away and laid it in.
Doherty just long in the free throw, but skying for the rebound is Brooke Wilson. Ibarado tried to take it away. Brooke Wilson with the crossover into the lane. Nice move, but nice recovery there from McFadden. Brooke Wilson showing off the handles right there. Grant on the corner, underneath to Sheridan. To Bleckley, pumps into the lane. Brooke Wilson laying it up and in with the left hand. She just making it look easy tonight, though, Billy.
Yeah, she already has 11, and we're not even at halftime yet. But tell me, what I love seeing is, even without Grace O'Neill there, Carroll's shown real intensity since she's been on the bench, and great hustle as well.
Something you like to see. In a normal year, Carroll would be finishing the Catholic League in 4th place into the playoffs, but this is no normal year. So they will set their sights to the state playoffs in Class 6A. So very elite competition in the state. There's going to be a 3 taken from McFadden long. Rebound Grant, 8 seconds. Grant bringing it up, 5 on the clock. Grant to Bleckley, Sheridan in the corner. She'll have a go from 3, short. But a great half here on senior night from the Patriots. They're all over Conwell-Egan. Scores 44-13. All right, we're just about ready to get started here in the second half. Billy, tell us some of our Carroll stats for this evening.
Well, they have 44 points, Tommy, and it's come from a variety of people. Grace O'Neill only has 3 points, but that doesn't mean she doesn't have anything else on the scoreboard. She probably has 8 to 9 assists. Carly Doherty has 4 points. Maggie Grant, 16, and she's about 4 from 7 from deep. Meg Sheridan's got 2. Cortland Schumacher and Chloe Blackley's got 4 each, and Brooke Wilson has 11.
And for the Eagles of Conwell-Egan, it has been a struggle against the stifling Carroll defense. But Lola Ibarando, she's got 6 points, made some very nice moves. Brooke McFadden has a 3, and Brianna McFadden has 4. And that's all the scoring for Conwell-Egan as we are underway here, and Carroll holding a 44-13 lead. There will be a running clock the rest of the way, only stopping on free throws. So something to keep an eye on as Carroll has extended this lead over 30 points. Big Candy into the lane. Back out to Ibarando. McFadden. McFadden thought about a 3, instead will reset Ibarando. Brooke Wilson went for the steal and she gets it. Good recovery there. She's running the other way. Brooke Wilson stops, pulls up for the mid-range 2. No good. Rebound fought for and won by Brooke McFadden. I like that opportunity though from Brooke Wilson. I like the jump stop. She got a good look. Just a little bit long there, but good hustle, good steal. As we see Doherty taking it away. She'll go coast to coast and lay it in. Oh, got stuck on the rim for a little bit, but it went down.
Give the senior 6, Tommy. She definitely wants a bit more in this second half.
And we were looking forward to a battle against Newman Goretti. We got in Conwell-Egan instead. But nonetheless, a very important senior night. Inside the spell.
And a great
Candy
game
stuck
if you're
with
a
it.
Carroll fan, Tommy.
Absolutely, an offensive barrage here.
3-point barrage nonetheless. Maggie Grant, we mentioned that, 4 of 7. Brooke Wilson's knocked in a pair. Cortland Schumacher, Chloe Blackley, they each had a 3.
Yes, it's nice to see the shots fall from the Patriots, who have had time struggle this year. That's going to be a foul. Looks like that's going to be on Maggie Grant. The push. That's only Grant's first, though.
Yeah, Tommy, Carroll's done a great job with the press tonight on defense, but also not fouling. Only 4 fouls committed in that whole first half, with 2 of them going against Brooke Wilson. So definitely something to keep an eye on in the second half to make sure she doesn't pick up another early in this third quarter.
Yes, you still want to play with discipline, even though Carroll is in no risk of losing this game. Ibarando splits a pair of free throws. She's got 7 to lead Conwell-Egan. Looks like we have a stoppage of play here. One of our officials is going over and talking to Mark Manera at the scorer's table. And they're yet to add a point. I don't know if there was some lane violation there, but they didn't add the point yet for the free throw there made, so we'll keep an eye on that. Brooke Wilson almost travels with it, but gets it to Grace O'Neill. Now Wilson thought about a 3. Instead, will go cross court to Carly Doherty from her mid-range. That's her spot. But O'Neill gets the rebound, and she will reset. Maggie Grant was open. Now she is.
Oh.
Had to look for 3, but didn't take it. Instead, gets it inside to Wilson. Back to O'Neill. Good ball movement from the Patriots. O'Neill goes up. She's hit. No call. O'Neill was hit in the face there. It looked like by spell, but the whistles are silent. And we will go the other way.
Well, Tommy, I think the officials love to get this one over as the clock will continue to run here.
Some good pressure there from Brooke Wilson, deflecting that pass out of bounds. Great closing speed on that one.
Great anticipation, too. Ready for the pass.
And that ball will roll out of bounds as Spell and Carmichael have a bit of a miscommunication there. Spell was cutting one way, the pass went the other. It'll be Meg Sheridan handling the point guard duties for this possession at least. She's trapped, and it'll be good to Doherty.
And Tommy, I know we've said it a couple times tonight about it's senior night for Carly Doherty, but a couple posters with her highlights are around here in the gymnasium.
Brooke Wilson, that's her second three of the night. She's got 14. She's really come along shooting the three ball. Second half of this year, a beautiful stroke. She's been connecting with high regularity as of late. She and Grant combining for 30 now. Loose ball, Doherty will win that away. It'll be Maggie Grant leading the charge for the Patriots.
Yeah, Sheridan did a great job to force the loose ball, and Carly Doherty was able to take advantage and pick it up.
Good deflection there from Ibaranda recovering to not let Maggie Grant have an easy look for a layup. Meg Sheridan will come out. We'll see Cortland Schumacher for the first time in the second half. It'll be interesting to see how long Coach Shields leaves in these starters. I'm sure at least until the end of the third quarter, we'll start seeing the bench emptied a little bit. But again, this is a game that is important. It's a tune-up game as Carroll is going to head into the state playoffs. Grace O'Neal left alone in the corner. She'll try a deep three short. It's going to be running the other way is McFadden. A good pass from Spell. McFadden will lay that up and in. That's Brooke McFadden. Not to be confused with her sister, Brianna. But Brooke McFadden's got 5. In the corner, O'Neal. Patient there, finding Doherty in the middle. Brooke Wilson underneath. Great ball movement again from the Patriots. Doherty has it now and loses it. Nice collapsing defense there, suffocating Carly Doherty in the lane, forcing the turnover. And Conwell-Egan gives it right back, this time to Schumacher. She brings it across to Maggie Grant. Stepping in the middle, tries to find Brooke Wilson in the corner, but that one's turned over. So back-to-back turnovers from the Patriots, not something that you want to see, as we're going to see Lizzie Hennessy about to check in for the first time, as well as Chloe Bleckley, who we saw a little bit in that first half.
Yeah, Tommy, I guess Coach Shields saying a couple starters will come out before this third quarter is over.
We have seen Hennessy from time to time in some meaningful minutes, as we have Bleckley, but we'll see if we get the rest of the deeper bench in the game later on.
Tommy, we've seen Chloe Bleckley the last couple games play meaningful minutes. We'll wonder if we'll see her in the playoffs.
Doherty misfires. Brooke Wilson rebound and reset. Underneath, Maggie Grant is hacked. Great look. Maggie Grant is fouled hard, and she'll go to the line. That's going to be on Shania Spell for her second. Maggie Grant has a chance to add to those 16 first half points right here. She calmly knocks down the first. This Maggie's second season with the Patriots. Transferred after her freshman year. Started last year, again this year. Has been very productive, an elite shooter. And you take a look at this Carroll team, Billy. You don't want to understate the loss of Carly Doherty because she's meant so much to this program over the past few years. But she's the only senior that Carroll's losing. They're bringing the rest of their team back. And you have to imagine they're going to be primed to make a run at that PCL championship next year. One of the favorites, if not the favorite, in the Catholic League next year, in my opinion.
Definitely, including some teams like West Catholic who have an all-senior starting lineup. It'll be interesting to see. Even if Carroll gets a couple freshmen to come in and play major minutes for them.
Yes.
We've seen it for the boys this year with Moses Hips coming in and playing major time for them.
As well as Chase Coleman for the boys. They both have played some big-time minutes starting throughout the entire season. But as you mentioned, it'd be big if the Patriots could bring in maybe another freshman that has produced the way Brooke Wilson has this year.
Definitely.
But you take a look at the Catholic League, as you mentioned, West Catholic losing their entire starting 5. Archbishop Wood is losing 3 starters. They're obviously bringing back Ryan Allen and Bree Bowen, so they're going to be just fine. They're going to be right there. And Cardinal O'Hara losing 2 seniors in Amaris Baker and Siobhan Boylan. But they're going to bring back Sydney Scott and Maggie Dugan, who have just been excellent players in that program. So, I mean, there's going to be competition for sure. But if I had to guess, I think it's going to be Carroll, Wood, and O'Hara. Those top 3 teams are going to be in contention, and it's going to be interesting to see. I think Carroll has a great shot.
And Tommy, don't forget, if next year's a normal year for PCL basketball, there won't be just 2 teams making a championship. There will actually be a playoff. So Carroll would have a great chance to get to the championship game.
Yes, and that's going to be something you want to see, because if you think about just last year, if the same format was in place, West Catholic was a 3 seed and they won the championship. So they wouldn't have had that opportunity there as Spell finishes nicely for her first bucket. West Catholic would not have had that opportunity last year if this year's format was in place. Again, we have been somewhat critical of that. Don't understand why they couldn't have played a regular playoffs if they're playing the entire season. But regardless, that's the situation we're in, as we described. It has made for a very exciting regular season. But it looks like it's going to be. That's going to be a timeout from Carroll. It looks like it's going to be Archbishop Wood and Cardinal O'Hara in that championship, Billy. We saw those 2 teams play close games and split that matchup early in the season. Who would you give the edge to in the championship?
I don't know, Tommy. It's a tough one. We've seen Archbishop Wood come here, and Carroll just lose to them by 10. And Carroll, they beat O'Hara earlier in the season, but lost to them a week ago. I think it'll be a competitive game, but the real question is, can Archbishop Wood play in the big game, in big moments? As Tommy, I think you're going to mention how they've done in championships in the past seasons.
Yes, and I mean, you think of a team like Archbishop Wood. They've been dominant in the Catholic League. This will be their 13th appearance in the championship game in the last 15 years. But in those games, they're 2-10. So they've gotten to the big game, but they have not delivered. Coach McDonald has yet to win a championship for them. And you think of a game of that magnitude, all the pressure has to be on Archbishop Wood. They're definitely the more talented team, but we've seen them they've lost back-to-back championships in overtime to Carroll and West Catholic as Grant tees up a 3. There's number 5, Maggie Grant, filling it up here for the Patriots. She's got 21.
And tell me one thing I do want to say. I see on your paper there that Archbishop Wood, they won championships in 2011 and 2016. That's 5 years apart, and if you do 2016 5 years later, that's 2021.
That is a good point to make there, but as we were saying, I think all the pressure has to be on Wood in this game. Cardinal O'Hara, the past 15 years, they've gotten to the championship 4 times. They've won all 4. They've delivered in the big game. Carroll also, they're 5-2 in the championships that they've been in the last 15 years. There's a nice move from Carmichael to get her first points of the night. She's been guarded well all night by Grace O'Neal. But you got to say, like, you think of a player like Caitlin Oriole, as that foul is going to be again on Carmichael for her 4th. But she's had that big game opportunity. She's played well in them. No fault of her own, but you know, she's got to be someone who's going to want to win a PCL along with Ryan Allen. This Wood team has been nationally ranked all year. It'll be interesting to see what happens in that one. But like we said, Wood has struggled in the big moments. Grant for her 6th at the buzzer. Maggie Grant lighting it up tonight. She's got 24, including 6 3-pointers, an unbelievable shooting display from the junior. Carroll in command of this one, 57-19. Unbelievable shooting.
Tommy, I think we were talking so much up here, we didn't realize that was going to be a buzzer beater. And Grace O'Neal, again, finding another look in the corner for Maggie Grant, 7 threes. She's been great tonight for the Patriots, Tommy.
And you see Maggie Grant's reaction there. No celebrating. She just calmly walks over to the bench. Like she knows this is the shots I should be making, and she's just been on fire tonight with that 24 points. And I mean, some of the threes that she's hit, she's been open for a lot of them, but some of them have been 2 or 3 feet behind the 3-point line, and she's been burying them with no issue. So just an unbelievable shooting display for Maggie Grant.
Almost in Moses Hips territory.
Yes, if you're a Carroll Guys fan, you've seen Moses Hips take threes pretty much anywhere from half court and in, and he's made them all year long. And it'll be interesting to see as the Carroll boys have gotten a gift from Newman Goretti due to COVID. Obviously, we mentioned that earlier in the broadcast, there's nothing you wish upon them, but Carroll had to be ready in this unprecedented year to step up, and the boys will get a chance now in the state that they didn't think they were going to have. And I was talking to Moses Hips earlier today, and he said he really looked like they're going to try to take advantage of that opportunity.
Tommy, looks like Michaela Henry gets her first opportunity in this one, but Coach Shields putting the lone senior in, Carly Doherty, to end this game, probably to end the game.
I would love to see Carly Doherty in as much as possible, but she's got to look for 3. You know she wants that. just off there. Rebound fought for, won by Bleckley. But I hope Carly Doherty stays in this one until maybe 30 seconds left. Then you give her a nice standing ovation from the fans.
Definitely, Tommy.
She deserves it.
And we'll be talking to her and her parents after the game. It'll be a pleasure to talk to her after this senior night for her last home game here at Carroll.
Doherty will have another. Backboard, no good. Schumacher fights for the rebound. It'll be a jump ball that will belong to West Catholic. But as we said, Billy, running clock here. This is our last regular season broadcast. I mean, there's just so many people that we need to thank, but first and foremost, it's got to be our executive producer, Devin Gallagher, who set this up for us, made this a possibility, made these live streams come to fruition, setting up a bunch of cameras that I don't even know where to begin with how they all work. But he's just been unbelievable, coming to every game and really providing this experience for our viewers that we hope has been exceptional. And he's just done his very best, and we just really need to thank him. He's listening right now. But Billy, what do you have anything that you would like to add there? Or?
I would honestly like to thank the fans. Me, Tommy, Andrew, Mr. Gallagher, Mr. Quintos. We've all been telling each other how many fans have came up to us and thanked us for broadcasting these games for them when they are unable to attend this season due to COVID.
Yes, our athletic director, Tom Quintos, we also need to thank, because he's done another great job in this. Hard to imagine how hard this year is for an athletic director with all these cancellations and everything that's just been so unorthodox. Loose ball one here by Doherty. She'll bring it up the other way. She has numbers if she wants it, but it looks like she'll just pull it out and reset. As we mentioned earlier, Mike Doherty, who's been doing the book for 4 years. Mark Minair, who's done our scoreboard. As Hennessy lines up a three, no good. But it's just been an amazing, in my eyes, just an amazing production crew that has allowed us to do this. And it's just been a blessing. And obviously, thank you to the fans for tuning in every game. It's going to be on Bleckley. We just hope that you've had as much fun watching these games as we have had broadcasting them, because it's been just a treat for us this past month and a half just doing these games. So.
And Tommy, that brings up a question from me. What was your favorite moment this season?
That's a great question. There's been some great guys and girls games just from recency. That win from the guys against Ryan in a game that many thought they didn't have a chance in. Just Ryan is one of the better teams in the Catholic League. They came out firing. They won that. Another game that I loved calling in a loss was that West Catholic overtime game. It was a fantastic game. Obviously, you want the Patriots to be able to win it, but it was just an unbelievable game from both teams. Hennessy with the long two, knocks it down. Nice bucket there from Lizzie Hennessy. Her first points of the evening.
Yeah, Tommy, I would have to say, both of those games have been great to call, but I've also called a great, the freshman team, they had their first victory. That was a thriller with the last 2 minutes of that fourth quarter.
And it's going to be a foul. Offensive foul. Looks like that's going to be on Brooke McFadden. Nicely drawn there by Chloe Bleckley. It's going to be the Patriots the other way. Just over 4 minutes here left in this Carroll regular season. Doherty will try a three. Long.
And Tommy, the fans that are here, us up here, and even the Carroll bench, they want Carly Doherty to hit a three.
This is as aggressive as I've seen Carly Doherty shooting the basketball in probably every year that I've watched her wearing the Cal uniform. I like it. I wish she would look for her shot more often. She's got a nice stroke, but it'd be really nice for her to see a three fall in her final home game. And another turnover here. Bleckley wins that away. It's nice to see some good minutes here from those Cal reserves. Sheridan and Doherty, the lone starters, out here right now.
Three ball.
Oh, that looked really good. You know the Patriots keep setting her up. And I hope she keeps putting that shot up because it's going to fall for her.
Looks like the last member of the bench for Carroll,
Julia Kraske. She'll be checking in here as that foul was on Blackley. And Carly Doherty gets that ovation and well-deserved. What a career. A PCL champion, we mentioned in basketball, obviously, but also a 6-time PCL champion in 3 other sports. But just leaving it all out here on the hardwood in her 4 seasons on varsity. No good there from Carmichael. But what Carly Doherty has meant to this team over these past few years has truly been remarkable. And it's nice to see her get that well-deserved ovation as she'll sit the rest of this one. So Sheridan, the lone starter left with the Patriots. And that ball is saved right to Blackley, and she'll coast in, missing the layup though. Conwell-Egan has numbers the other way. Underneath, going up with it is Poland, but she can't hit. And now up and down action here.
And Tommy, these are big minutes for some of these. Meg Sheridan, she's a starter, but definitely for Chloe Blackley, Lizzie Hennessy, Michaela Henry, and Julie Kraske. Got to prove some minutes here for next season. You could, Chloe Blackley could be one of those who step up into a six-woman role if Brooke Wilson has to start in the absence of Carly Doherty.
I would agree. You're definitely going to be seeing some extended time from Chloe Blackley next year, as well as Cortland Schumacher. As a layup, nicely done there from Isabel Fay, the senior, the lone senior for Conwell-Egan, gets her first bucket. You like to see that. Again, I just got to give our respect to Conwell-Egan because these games are not easy games to go into playing in the red division. But they've challenged themselves all year long with these games, and it's definitely made them a better team playing this league competition.
Definitely, and we even seen that with the boys. I think it was Lansdale that the boys first out of the blue division. And even though Carroll won that game, like the girls are beating Conwell-Egan tonight, both teams have shown great effort.
Good look there from Brianna McFadden. Got her first triple. She has 7. Blackley pumps into the lane. Hennessy will try a long 2 again. Her foot was on the line. Blackley trying to fight for the rebound. Under 30 seconds here. Or just about 30 seconds here, I should say. That ball is going to go out of bounds. Clock will continue to run. And we'll see if Carroll tries anything here or they just dribble out the clock in their final home game of the season. A good season from the Patriots. But definitely a championship level season next year. And we're going to be continuing spring coverage as Carroll dribbles out this one. 61-25 is the final, but we will be continuing spring sports coverage. If you can't get enough of Carroll sports, Mr. Gallagher will be continuing with that wonderful production. So if you have a student athlete that plays for Carroll in the spring, or you just want to watch them play, regardless, definitely tune in. You'll be hearing updates about that soon. And we're going to have Billy's interview in just a moment with the Dohertys. But a nice win from the Patriots, definitely the headline of the game. Is Maggie Grant's 24 points, only playing 3 quarters worth of action. Also had some big production from Brooke Wilson in her first start, scoring 14. Only needed Grace O'Neal to have 3 points tonight. She was definitely nearing, if not surpassing, double-digit assists. So it's a nice all-around win for the Patriots in a game that I would consider a nice tune-up for the state tournament that's going to be very competitive, as it always is. Said stay tuned though. As soon as the Patriots break this huddle here, we will bring an interview that you're not going to want to miss with the Doherty family. but we've mentioned it during the broadcast. It's just been an absolute pleasure to be able to bring these basketball games to you. Not only broadcasting these games, but just questioning even in the fall, would we even be seeing a season? Will we even be getting sports? We saw that fall sports were delayed, but eventually they got to be played, and that went really well. Basketball, obviously, the main winter sport that people are concerned about. And really up and down the PCL, we've had some issues, but for the most part, it's been a great season. It just goes to show that when these teams around the league work together, they can accomplish great things. And they really have done that all year long. Obviously, it's got to be difficult wearing that mask and playing, but these players have complied with everything that they were asked to do. And I'm sure these coaches across the league could not be more proud of their team. Now you see Carly Doherty is taking the floor again. Carroll team wanting her to take a three as she had a couple good looks, was unable to hit one. Definitely a fun moment here as Billy's going to prepare in just a moment for this interview. Carly stepping behind the line. Looks like she's going to take it. Stepping into it. No good. Rebound. Second try, no. There it is. There it is. We love to see that. Finally, Carly Doherty gets that one to go on senior night, and the Carroll team loves it. What a fun moment there from the senior. Just tell how much she means to this Carroll team. All the players love her. And she will be missed next year, but it's just a tremendous career as she goes on to bigger and better things in a different sport, playing lacrosse at Drexel. But first she'll have a spring season with the Patriots with another chance to win that PCL. And we're gonna have Billy over in just a moment here. Carly Doherty and her dad approaching them for this interview.
Killed your mom.
After the round of applause, thank you, Carly Doherty and Mr. and Mrs. Doherty for joining me. Carly, you're a three-sport star with you and your team succeeding at a high level. What is your favorite moment being an athlete at Carroll?
I would say my favorite moment at the beginning of Carroll is probably like meeting all my teammates and getting like bonds together, that was it.
What about you played a great final game tonight. What do you think is your favorite basketball moment?
My favorite basketball moment was definitely winning the PCL and the practices.
Now, for Mr. and Mrs. Doherty, congratulations on raising such a talented young woman. How proud of you are of your daughter's accomplishments?
Super proud. It's unbelievable. She's the last of 8, and it's just been great, and we're really happy.
Hey, we made it through. That's a bonus. And as long as these two are happy, it's all good.
Yeah, so what were your favorite moments over the last 4 years watching Carly play, and for you, Mr. Doherty, doing the scorebook for her team?
Oh, that's good. Not making any mistakes, of course, is very important. I like to do that, but no, it's been great watching her play. I love basketball. Basketball is my first love, I guess, and it's just been super. And so we've had 5 kids who played here, and Carly's the last, and has done the most.
It's all good. I got nothing.
I would like to thank you for both for joining us, and Carly, good luck at Drexel next year.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, so for the final time, from everyone from the Carroll live stream team, for executive producer Devin Gallagher, color commentator, and interviewer Billy Englert, I'm Tommy Anderson. Thank you all for a great season, and as always, roll Pats.